everyone, this is Noah Gal. In today's video, we'll do a playthrough of the return of the Obra Dinn.
A ship has reached shore without a single living person on board. It is up to us to solve the mystery of how each crew member and passenger met their fate. We will uncover murder, greed, and a bit of the supernatural. Let's begin today's investigation. Let's get started playing the game, Return of the Obra Dinn. Lost at sea 1803, the good ship Obra Dinn, built 1796 London, 800 tons, 18-foot draw, Captain R. Whittrell, crew 51 men. Last voyage to Orient, to Cape Rendezvous unmet. Contact East India Company London office for enquiries or testimony. Okay, there's a letter here. It's from the Honorable East India Company. It says, attention, Chief Inspector, Insurance and Claims, London office. The Obra Dinn has returned. Dispatch to Falmouth immediately and prepare a full assessment. Falmouth, England, 1807.
Company man woke me up. Said you'd need ferry to the Obra Dinn. Not many eager for that job. Seems a bit late if you ask. What's in the box?
I don't know. Hoist it up in a few minutes.
Hey! How?
Carefully.
Okay, so where are we at? We are in the middle of the sea. We've come here with this grumpy sailor. Okay. He's brought us to this big ship, the Obra Dinn. Can I get up there? Yes. I got up on top of the ship. It gives you a feel that you are actually in the middle of the ocean. Whoa, I find a dead body here. What is this? I see a couple of doors here. Can I try to open this up? Yeah. What's inside? Yes. You have. Oh.
It's too heavy!
Is that the grumpy sailor? Go out. Why is he screaming? What's the matter with you? Oh. Yeah. Yes, what is
it's
it?
too heavy. Take it yourself or open it here.
Got it. There's a book in here. Return of the Obra Dinn, a catalogue of adventure and tragedy. Preface. I trust that you find yourself aboard the Obra Dinn. I expected this day to come, and my every intention was to tell the ship's strange tale within the pages of this book. Regrettably, failing health has allowed me to produce only the basic outline that follows. Your presence at the Obra Dinn is critical. I'll leave the discovery of its fate and the completion of this book in your hands. The next few pages will seem bewildering at first. All will make sense in time. Use the pocket watch to determine the identity and fate of everyone aboard. Complete each chapter accurately and return the book by guaranteed post to the French Office of Affairs in Morocco. The bargain chapter will remain unknown to you. I possess the details within but have elected to keep them private for now. Henry Evans. I'm turning to the next page. You see the contents and the chapter. Atlantic leg of the Far East route. Can I enlarge it? The ship. I have a blueprint of the ship's decks here. What else have we got? Deck plans for the Obra Dinn. Turning over to the next page. The crew. Complete crew and passenger manifest. What's there here? The people on the Obra Dinn. I see a few Indians here. Not many though. There are like 60 crew members on the ship. Life at sea. Sketches of life aboard the Obra Dinn. Okay, people singing, dancing, playing, drinking. Formosan royalty. It's just the two of them. And they are guarded by two people. And justice at sea. Oh, this guy is being hanged and shot. What else is there? Turn the pages. This book is empty. There's nothing written here. This but the calling. Okay, there's so many chapters, but it's all empty. I think it's left for me to fill. That's what the guy in the beginning he's like, you'll have to fill in the pages and return the book. Okay, I'm just going to close this book quickly. There's something else here. Can I pick it up? Memento mortem. Remember death. I think we are done here. I'm getting onto the ship. Oh, I come near this dead body and my pocket watch shows up. I'm just going to click and see what happens. Oh.
Captain! Open the door!
Somebody banging on the door.
Lest we break it down and take more than those shells!
You bastards may take exactly what I give you!
This guy is being shot. He's holding an axe. Nothing else here. My pocket watch showed up. When I went closer to the dead body, clicked on it, getting into scenes. There's somebody running up the stairs there. The end. I start off at the end. The book is automatically taking me to the last chapter. Part 1, it is the murder scene which takes place outside the captain's quarters. And we are trying to figure out who this person is and how he died. This unknown soul. This person's face appears blurred throughout the book. This blurring indicates that you don't yet have sufficient information to determine their identity. Met an unknown fate. Their fate may be known and can be entered now. Yes, I think I know his fate. He was just being shot. But I don't know who the person is. Trying to name them while their face is blurred would be unproductive. Face will become unblurred when the information necessary to identify them has been revealed. So I don't know who this person is, but I do know his fate. I just saw him getting shot at. Okay, so I'm just going to enter this. Shot. Okay, he was shot by an arrow, cannon, gun of course. Okay, this unknown soul was shot with a gun by an unknown attacker. It was the captain. It's the captain and his name is Robert Whittrell. I'm just going to have a look at this picture. This happened outside the captain's quarters. This guy is being shot. This is a conversation between two people. Captain, open the door, kick it in, lest we break it down and take more than those shells. You bastards may take exactly what I give you. Location of the corpse. It's on the main deck. That's it. Okay, I'm going to go back. There is a door here. There's nothing around here. I can just only move around on this part of the ship. I can go up. I don't see anything here. There's a bald guy running up with a knife in his mouth. I'm able to see like 3 people here. This bald guy who's running up. This guy is being shot. And there is his friend. His friend is wearing a cap. This guy is got a beard. And this guy is all clean shaven. He's got a very stern look. Got a mush. Slightly bald. Let's try to figure out who these people are. I don't think I can go anywhere else. There's a door there. Go inside. So when I go near the dead body, my pocket watch shows up. And when I click on it, it kind of takes me back in time and shows me how the murder happened, how that person died. This guy was shot from inside this room. Oh, I'm getting in here. And I see 2 more dead bodies. All the furniture is toppled. Let's investigate how this person died. I'm going to click on my pocket watch. Go back in time.
Where are they? Must be in here someplace.
They're at The bottom of the sea.
That's a lie.
This is the guy with the cap. He's wearing a cap, right? Yeah, that's not his hair. He's the captain. The first scene, there was somebody knocking at the door and it said, "Captain, open the door." And then he opens the door and shoots at one person, and the other person gets inside, and he's been attacked by the captain. So this is inside the captain's quarters. This is part 2 of the end chapter. Who is this? How did they die? This unknown soul. So I don't know who this guy is. Met an unknown fate. I'm going to go back. There were 2 people outside his quarters knocking on his door. The captain opens the door and shoots at one person, and the other person gets inside. This is inside the captain's quarters. And when he gets inside, this guy with a mush, he's the captain. So when he gets inside, he's attacked by the captain with a knife. Who's this? Somebody jumping down from the top. This is the bald guy with a knife in his mouth. He was there in the first scene. He was running up the steps. There's a door there. Go inside. Who is this? How did they die? This unknown soul. So I don't know who this guy is. Met an unknown fate. Yeah, but I do know how he got killed. The picture shows me that he was killed with a knife. Yeah, there's knifed. Okay. Knifed. By an unknown attacker. This is the captain. And going to choose Robert Whittrell. By Captain Robert Whittrell. This unknown soul was knifed by Captain Robert Whittrell. So this is inside the captain's quarters. And this was the conversation which happened before he died. And the location of the corpse was inside the captain's quarters. When this guy was killed, there were 2 others present. One is this guy. This is the captain. This looks like the captain, right? Like he's got a very stern look on his face and his mush. Only thing is that the murder scene, he's without the hat. You can see that he's bald. But here in the picture, he's wearing the hat. His face looks very similar. 2 others were present when the murder happened. Who else was there? Oh, okay, there's another guy here. Oh, yeah, of course, the bald guy who tried to sneak into the captain's quarters. I'm going to go back. Here, 3 others were present. Apart from this guy who was killed, there was the captain, this guy with the cap, and this bald guy, the knife in his mouth. There's one dead body here. There's another dead body here, killed with a knife. This is the bald guy. Okay, let's find out. Let's go back in time. We're seeing the murder scene. Oh my god, somebody's choking. This is the scene of the 3rd person who was being killed. There was a dead body lying right here. And it is this bald guy. He was having a knife. He had stabbed the captain with his knife. The captain hits him hard on his head. See that he's missing. So he's entered into the captain's room. He has stabbed the captain and the captain has hit him hard on his head. This is part 3 of the end. Inside the captain's quarters. So what happens inside? Okay, I'll have to see. The end chapter. I see the first part is this guy who is being shot outside the captain's quarters. I don't know who he is, but I know he's being shot by Captain Robert Whittrell. And then part 2 of the end chapter, it is inside the captain's quarters. And I don't know who this guy is, this unknown soul, but I do know he was knifed by Captain Robert Whittrell. And it was inside the captain's quarters. And there was 2 others present, one being the captain and the other being the bald guy. And then I go to the part 3 of my end chapter. This was inside the captain's quarters. This is how the bald guy got killed. Who is this and how did they die? I don't know who he is. His face is all blurred. I do know how he's being killed. He was being hit on the head. So what does it matches with anything else here? Torn apart, suicide, struck. Struck. It says struck. Struck with hooves, tail, wing. No, none of these match. I go back. So it's not struck. Fell, exploded, expired. How can a person die by being expired? Decapitated, crushed, clubbed. I can't choose any other option, so I think clubbed suits best. Okay, so this unknown soul was clubbed by an unknown attacker. Who is the attacker? Of course, Robert Whittrell. Okay, the captain is like a cold-blooded murderer. He's killed 3 people already. Shot one guy, knifed at another guy, and now the 3rd guy is being clubbed. It says one other person was present. I'm guessing it was the captain, right? Yeah, it highlights only the captain's picture. It was the captain who was present. There's nothing else, right? I'm just going to close this book. I'm going to go out of this scene, get into the door. I have 3 dead bodies here, 2 inside and 1 outside. 3 of them being killed by the captain. Oh, and this door is open. We see another dead body in here. Oh my goodness. There's a body, I don't know if this person just died in the sleep. Nicely tucked inside the bed. Whose body is this? And how did they die? I'm going to open my pocket watch and go back in time.
Abigail, your brother, my friend. I shot him dead. I'll be with you soon, my love. Please forgive me for everything.
Did he just shoot himself? This person looks like a woman and he says Abigail. So I'm not sure if this is Abigail. This woman lying on the bed. He says, your brother, my friend. He shot his friend. The person he shot outside his quarters was his friend and Abigail's brother. Okay, this is the part 4 of the last chapter, the end. So there were 3 murders. The first one, part 1, the person who was being shot. Part 2, the person who was being knifed. Part 3, the person who was being clubbed. Part 4, it is inside the captain's quarter. Who is this and how did they die? His face is not blurred anymore, so I know who this is. This person's face is no longer blurred, which means that they can now be identified. Use the book and the pocket watch to gather enough information to deduce their identity. Revisit memories on the ship using the pocket watch to study relationships, appearances, and activities. Use the book maps, crew manifest, and artist sketches along with the individual conversation logs to find clues about names, relationships, appearances, and roles. This unknown soul, okay. There were 60 people on the ship when it left England. Alright. Determining everyone's identity and fate will not be easy. Decisive information is rare. You will have to make assumptions using partial information. Some identities may only be revealed through a process of elimination. As I'll have to make assumptions, this unknown soul is no longer unknown. He's the captain, Robert Whittrell. Met an unknown fate. Suicide. He committed suicide with a gun. Fine. Captain Robert Whittrell shot himself. This may or may not be correct. Fates are validated in sets of 3. Okay, I figured out the fate of one person and his identity. Correctly identify at least 3 people and their fates to have the information typecast in the book. Fine. I have to identify 3 people and their fates. His last words before he shoots himself. So he says, Abigail, your brother, my friend, I shot him dead. I'll be with you soon, my love. Please forgive me for everything. When the captain died, there was no one else present. So you have the location. He died. He killed himself inside his quarters. Fine. And then I'm just going to close this book. I'm back on the scene. Nothing else here. So there's nobody else in the scene. I'm going into the door. Getting out of the scene. The end. I'm going to update the book. The first part. I know who this guy is. See, his face is no longer blurred. This unknown soul was shot with a gun by Captain Robert Whittrell. Captain says that he shot his friend and Abigail's brother. Let's have a quick look at the crew manifest and figure out who Abigail is. I'm guessing she must be Captain Robert Whittrell's wife. What's the name of the guy who got shot by the captain? Let's find out. The first name, Robert Whittrell. The captain, he committed suicide by shooting himself. So his fate is entered here. I'm going to look for Abigail. Abigail Hoscott Whittrell. She's a passenger from Scotland. Last name is Whittrell. So she must be the captain's wife. William Hoscott is Abigail's brother. Before the captain kills himself, he says, Abigail, I shot your brother, my friend. And Abigail has 2 last names. She has Hoscott and Whittrell. Robert Whittrell is Abigail's husband and William Hoscott is Abigail's brother. I'm going to go back and update that information. I'm going to update this information here. I know who this person is. Outside the captain's quarters, the guy who was shot. See, his picture is no longer blurred. So I have enough information to identify who this guy is. This unknown soul, he is William Hoscott, brother of Abigail. William Hoscott, first mate, was shot with a gun by Captain Robert Whittrell. And he is Captain Robert Whittrell's friend and Abigail's brother. Yes, I figured out 2 fates now. I identified William Hoscott and his fate and also the Captain Robert Whittrell and his fate. Don't know who this guy is. The guy who was knifed. Nor do I know anything about this bald guy. The guy who was clubbed by Captain Robert Whittrell, who was trying to sneak into his quarters. So let's go back. Now I'm going to investigate the next dead body. Pretty sure this is Abigail. Open the pocket watch and go back in time. Oh my goodness. This scene is full of commotion. There's like so much chaos here. Looks like it's raining and there's like a huge creature here coming out of the sea. Oh. It looks like some kind of a huge octopus or something. It's got like so many tentacles. This creature is like holding on to a huge beam, and Abigail is hit with it. Okay, now it's a different chapter, the Doom. This is part 8 of the Doom. On the main deck, who is this and how did they die? Her picture is not blurred, so I have enough information to identify who she is. And I think I know who she is. Abigail Hoscott Whittrell. Fine. Met an unknown fate. She was being clubbed, right? She was basically hit with a huge beam, kind of a something like a beam. She was hit with a beam as clubbed. Okay, let's keep it as clubbed. Passenger was clubbed by an unknown attacker. Okay, the attacker seemed to be a very mysterious creature. Can I choose something here? Okay, I have a list of all these people's names. The crew members. I can also choose unknown, enemy, beast. I'm going to choose beast for now. By a terrible beast. Okay, fine. Well done. 3 fates correct. Whoa! I got 3 fates correct. Wow. Something very strange happening. Oh yeah, I did 3 fates correctly. I identified 3 people. Captain Robert Whittrell. He had committed suicide by shooting himself. And then he shot his friend William Hoscott. Abigail, who was killed by a terrible beast. Right? She's being hit by this terrible beast. See, this beast is holding on to this huge beam, and she's being hit on the head. So this is Abigail.